Do you lack consistency with your long irons, hybrids, or fairway woods? Do you struggle to launch these clubs high, hit them long, and land them softly on the green? Wouldn't it be great if you could step up to that ball, confident that you'd launch a sky-scraping, soft landing shot that went exactly where you were aiming? I bet accuracy like that would shave a stroke or two when you play long par 3s, 4s, and 5s. Am I right? If you struggle to get height, distance, or consistency with your bulky, unwieldy fairway woods or hybrids, then it's time to step away from the bag and put down that long iron. Because long irons aren't the answer. Sure, theoretically, they might be easier to control, but they don't deliver the consistent distance or height you need, and you're more likely to hit them fat or thin. So instead, you're left with distance gaps that limit your shot versatility. And those gaps reduce any chance you have at making par, because with your fairway woods or hybrids, you're struggling to control your shots. And with your long irons, you're battling miss hits and coming up short. And let's be honest, fairway woods, hybrids, and long irons can also be difficult to launch high and land softly with any consistency. Either way, you're having to hit a shot with a club you struggle with, and that can kill your scores and your confidence on the course. But other than taking some performance-enhancing fountain of youth magic potion, what can you do? Well, forget the magic potion. It's time you had a club that combines the best performance features of an iron, hybrid, and fairway wood, all wrapped up into one high-launching, soft-landing, ultra-consistent powerhouse. A club you can rely on time and time again to help you hold just about any green. You deserve a club you can depend on. A club that ensures you get sky-high launches and feathery landings on your approach shots. A club that delivers consistent accuracy. A club that's easy to control and gives you the distance you need without miss hits. A club that's easier to hit than long irons, fairway woods, and even hybrids. Now the wait is over. Introducing the brand new Moon Wood.
With the Moon Wood, I hit it about 15 feet higher and 10 yards further. It was easy to step up and hit it. Hit it with a lot of confidence. I would use this club.
Bottom line for me, the Moon Wood is the club for the future. It felt very good. I really felt that I got the ball up higher than my original club. I could tell the difference.
The Moon Wood was probably the most adaptive club that I've ever picked up. Higher and longer and closer to the pin. Kind of what I'm after here.
I was hitting the Moon Wood 30 yards farther and 15 feet higher than my hybrid. I love the Moon Wood. I'm dead serious. Oh my gosh. Like I said, I think this is going to be my new favorite club in my bag for sure.
With the Moon Wood, I hit it straighter, farther, and with more consistency. And the deviation from the target was very small.
The first time I hit the Moon Wood, I struggled with some 5 irons beforehand. I hit the Moon Wood, it looked good, stood up to it. It went through effortlessly, no twisting, no torque, high elevation. It was pretty impressive, pretty impressive. This Moon Wood actually was the easiest club I've ever hit. And I've been playing golf for over 50 years, and it's just surprising, just absolutely surprising.
The brand new MW8 Moon Wood was designed to be the most dependable and easiest to hit metal wood for amateur golfers. Every detail was engineered for the typical golf swing. Your swing, not a tour pro's. It truly combines the best features of fairway woods, hybrids, and long irons. Features that make it so much easier for you to consistently launch sky-high, soft landing shots out of the fairway and even off the tee, shot after shot. And forget about wild shots that never land where you're aiming, shots that don't even get up in the air, or shots that run straight into trouble. With the brand new Moon Wood, you'll hit the ball so high, straight and true, that your new, tighter dispersion pattern will boost your confidence and earn you some serious respect from your golf buddies. That's because the award-winning team behind the brand new Moon Wood had a mission to build the most consistent and easiest to use club for recreational golfers on the market today. You really won't ever dream of hitting a typical long iron, hybrid, or fairway wood ever again. Your days of fat and thin shots on the fairway will be toast. Instead, with your new Moon Wood, you'll have such a reliable club for those mid-length and longer shots that you can even take Houston off your speed dial. because you won't have any more problems with your woods. That's right. Your problems with erratic, inconsistent long irons, hybrids, and woods will become a thing of the past. Instead, you'll have the most dependable club in the universe right there in your bag. A club that you can rely on to set you up for shots you've only ever dreamed about. Because the brand new Moon Wood was built for golfers like you. Real golfers, the weekend warriors, the dawn patrol, the par chasers, the nine and diners, the bogey brigade. Golfers who love the game, but who aren't duking it out for a spot on the tour. Sure, pros play with some really nice clubs, but the difference between those and the new Moon Wood is our amateur-friendly design that makes the Moon Wood the best fairway club this side of the cosmos for recreational golfers. The Moon Wood combines the forgiving, easy-to-hit face of a hybrid, the powerful mass of a fairway metalwood, and the length of a mid-iron to give you consistently higher, softer, dead straight shots that will boost your confidence on the course. Because the engineers behind the Moon Wood built the club with you in mind. Every single aspect of the Moon Wood was tailored specifically for real golfers. And those design features are what makes the Moon Wood so reliable and consistent for real golfers like you. From its ultra-low profile and aerodynamic design that cuts through the air more efficiently to increase club head speed for longer shots, to its extremely low center of gravity, which makes the club more stable and forgiving so that you can easily hit higher, longer shots more consistently, to its launch-optimized iron link shaft that gives you more control over the club for a more dependable swing, unlike those unwieldy long irons, fairway woods, and hybrids you're used to. Every single engineering and design choice that went into the brand new Moon Wood was made to make it the best fairway club in the universe for real golfers. But the results speak for themselves. We asked recreational golfers to try the brand new Moon Wood, and this is what they had to say.
For me, the Moon Wood is the perfect replacement for the 5-iron. It's given me much more consistency, which again is the #1 item I'm looking for, and the added distance was a bonus. But when you throw both of those things, it definitely launches higher. With that higher launch, softer landing, that's going to add to the consistency.
With the Moon Wood, my dispersion was so tight, I'd try to swing a little harder, swing a little easier. Usually, I'll pull one here, blow one by there, and these were all right where I could play them. My bad shots were pretty darn good.
With the Moon Wood, I hit it about 15 feet higher and 10 yards further. And it was easy to step up and hit it.
The Moon Wood for me was so easy because I hit it so repeatedly in the air, either straight or with a little bit of draw. Ended up landing in a dispersion pattern that was, for me, great. It was so much better than something that I would normally have or even expect to have hitting my 4-iron. So I was tickled to death.
Using this club, I was quite shocked the fact that I would hit the ball higher and straighter. It seemed like every time I swung the club, I'd get a straight trajectory off the ball. It was something I didn't expect, and it made me feel like a better golfer. So consistency was one of the big things that I recognized with this. I think I had, of 20 shots, I had one bad shot.
I knew the idea of the Moon Wood was going to be a terrific idea, but after having the amateurs hit it, I didn't realize how great this club is. Their ability to tell me out of 10 balls they might hit 3 or 4 good, these guys were doubling that, hitting 6 and 7 balls, consistently solid. And trouble shots, they don't have a fear for them anymore. Now remember, a ball sitting in the rough will scare you sometimes. A lot of you will think, oh, let me just punch it out. These guys were taking full swings with the Moon Wood, trusting the Moon Wood, and enjoying the results. Oh, and there was one other guy, me. And I've got to tell you, I'm going to give it the full run and the full test because you got to make a believer out of me. So I hit a Moon Wood, and what I couldn't believe is now, I was launching it higher than I normally do my 4-iron because I was using the 21-degree one. And here's what was neat. Launching it higher, it was going for me about 15 yards further, and I consistently hit that launch. But what's amazing, remember, as I launch higher, the descent angle is steeper. That means that ball's gonna land and stop. So that's important for you guys that don't launch the ball high. You want that to happen, but remember, I'm gonna give the full tour with my Moon Wood. So I took it and threw it in a fairway bunker. It was the easiest way for me to ever get out of a fairway bunker because of the Super Glide sole. I'm just going to tell you that. It was easy. Big lip, low lip, it didn't matter. The ball came out going over everything in a full distance. And you know how you struggle out of a fairway bunker. You might hit it fat. Sometimes you have to hit it thin just to get it to the distance you want. Not with the Moon Wood, not in my position. I put myself in the rough behind some bushes that were about 70 yards away and said, normally in this position, playing in a tournament, I would honestly probably take a 9 or an 8 iron and get it back in the fairway. But I've got a Moon Wood. I'm going to give it the test. 3 balls, 3 perfect shots, all landing on or around the green that I was aiming at. And then I went over and threw it down and stepped on it in some rough. What a confidence builder. Knowing it doesn't matter what lie I've got this. And then, by the way, we all want to have great imaginations for scoring around the green on your short shots. So everybody's heard of chipping with your 4-iron. Everybody's heard about chipping with your fairway wood and all that. I took my Moon Wood because it's shorter in length. It's the length of a 5-iron. I could get closer to the ball, more like a putter, and I could use it for chipping. And the consistency I got with it was terrific. I'm excited again. I'm not going to be a tour player. I'm not going to have that caliber like I used to play on that high competitive level, but I will tell you this, I am going to enjoy playing the game and scoring low again because I have a go-to club in any situation that's going to help me out. So you have to ask yourself this, why were these guys so successful with the Moon Wood? You know, was it something I was telling them and all this? No, the engineers made this club for the average golfer. The wide Super Glide sole makes it easier to hit. The super low profile, remember we have a super low profile with an aerodynamic crown, which what does that do? It allows the club, the center of gravity of the club to get underneath the center of gravity of the golf ball, which gives you the higher launch and gives you perfect spin. And so the way it's designed, you cannot help yourself. You really can't. If you allow the Moon Wood to swing and you don't have to do anything else, it does the work for you and you get the results. How fun is that?
With my 4-iron, I will tend to, first of all, I hit it pretty low on a low trajectory. So I'll get a lot of run on the club and it's difficult to control the distance. I will use it up to about 200 yards out and try to run it into my shots. So the biggest issue there is A, the lowness, B, being able to control the distance. So those are 2 big deals for me with my 4-iron. For me, with my 4-iron, it's always a mental struggle. I'm always thinking about not screwing up as opposed to hitting it properly. With the Moon Wood, right away I felt very comfortable with the club. My favorite club in my bag is my 6-iron. And I'll get up and I'll hit the 6-iron and I can do it blindfolded. I felt that way with the Moon Wood. I was very comfortable with it right away, could hit it well right away. Even when I screwed up, it was something that was going to be imminently playable. I started hitting the Moon Wood very consistently right away. Got great trajectory going up with it right away. Most of my shots were maybe a little bit of draw or dead straight. When I first started hitting the Moon Wood, first couple of tee shots, I hit off a couple of tees just to get used to the feel of the club. Immediately thereafter, I went down onto the ground and I started hitting it off of there and I just absolutely loved it. The net of it is I was hitting the ball high, straight, or a little bit of draw, carrying it much further than I was as far as the 4-iron was concerned, and hitting it much higher, so that was going to translate into a nice drop onto my target areas. Now, rather than trying to maneuver my way around traps or around hazards and try to control the roll-up distance on it, I can fly directly to my target and ideally just drop and stop, which is something much easier done with an 8 or a 9-iron. 4-iron, whole nother story, particularly for me. One of the mishits that I had with the Moon Wood was I just came a little fat into the ball and it turned over a little more than I liked, but it was a very playable shot. When I looked up and saw where it landed, I was very surprised. Had I hit that exact same shot with my 4-iron, I would have had a duck hook that would have been off in the rough and I'd been in trouble. So I was tickled to death with that, and that impressed me as well. Not only as easy as the club was to hit, but even when I screwed up, the screw up was less. Most of the commercials and things that you will see for clubs are talking about how great this or that aspect is for the low handicap individual. Someone who's a mid or a higher handicap, like myself, to have a club that's designed specifically for the type of game that I have, and to help try to eliminate some of the faults or mishits that I know I'm going to have. It'll help inspire confidence in me, A, to use the club, but B, it's great to have a company addressing those issues. I work at a golf course. I see hundreds of people going out and playing golf all the time, many of which play with clubs and in places on the tee boxes where they shouldn't be. And that's pretty much because we all have this ego. And the ego is going to say, well, I'm going to do what's best in the other people's eyes. Moon Wood is something that you're doing something that's best for you, as opposed to somebody else. And the results that you're going to get on it are going to be for the other people to look at and say, ooh, ah. The Moon Wood for me was the real deal, something that worked wonderfully in my case. I can't imagine there'd be anybody else that it wouldn't be an asset to.
The longest iron I'm carrying right now is a 5-iron. I use it as little as possible. He can hit my hybrid better than that, and my 6-iron more so, but the 5 is the last one out. It leaves a 20, 30-yard gap. You can swing a little harder, swing a little easier, but still you got to choose, long or short. This Moon Wood actually was the easiest club I've ever had. And I've been playing golf for over 50 years, and it's just surprising, just absolutely surprising. The Moon Wood is different. It was a shorter shaft. It had a little concave top side. It looked good. I looked down, and that's a big part of golfing. If it doesn't look good at the bottom of the shaft, you're not going to like it. The Moon Wood face is just right. It's shallower than your 5-iron, but it's a little bit better than your hybrid. And you have a little confidence in it that it's got some mass and not going to hang up anywhere. The first time I hit the Moon Wood, I struggled with some 5-irons beforehand. I hit the Moon Wood. It looked good. Stood up to it. It went through effortlessly. No twisting, no torque. High elevation. It was pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. The bad one was still really good. It was a good miss. Golf is all about how bad or how good your bad shots are. Start off with the ball on the tee. Effortlessly, it went straight, deep and long. Put it on the grass, same result. So then I throw it down in a divot and kind of went down after it, same result. Came out a little bit lower, not much, but it was high and it was long. It's just up and at 'em, and the dispersion is narrow. This Moon Wood was so easy to hit. I was afraid, because like I say, I was struggling with my 5-iron. I was going to flop this up on TV, but honest to God, I didn't miss a shot. It was same guy, same swing, and it really instills confidence. This thing was phenomenal. If all my clubs were like this, I'd have to learn how to putt better.
So if you're looking for an incredibly reliable fairway club you can use for your longer approach shots, a club that will consistently launch shots like a rocket that land like a feather and will be easier to hit than your old fairway woods, long irons, or even hybrids, then you need to try the brand new Moon Wood. Take a moment and think about how the brand new Moon Wood, with its ultra-low aerodynamic profile, its extremely low center of gravity, its enhanced club face design, its launch maximized shaft, and its super glide sole will almost automatically help you launch shots high into the air, carry trouble, and land softly on the green. Now consider the results that you saw today from real golfers just like you, and then ask yourself, could your game improve with the most dependable club in the universe? You'll have the confidence knowing you can hit long shots high and soft. And you'll also have the confidence off the tee on longer par 3s to hit shots that fly dead straight over bunkers and stop quickly on the green. We're talking no more fat or thin shots, no more shots that land well short of your target, and no more erratic shots that veer into trouble or even out of bounds, costing you strokes. Instead, with your new Moon Wood, you'll have to get used to a long game that's more precise, more consistent, and leaves you on or close to the green. In fact, we believe you'll become so much more consistent in your golf game when you use the brand new Moon Wood that we put our full guarantee behind it. Seriously, take the Moon Wood out, play a few rounds, and if your game doesn't improve, or if you just decide it's not the club for you, then send it back for a full product refund. No kidding. So what are you waiting for? Check out the details on this page below to find out how you can get the brand new Moon Wood, the most dependable club in the entire universe.